Well, this was unexpected. What's up, everybody? Sprashu here. I know I've not been active in making videos as of late. Been a month since I last uploaded a video, and for good reason. As most folks are aware, in March, my contract with Adobe ran the clock, so I've just been waiting on money to come so I could renew the contract and resume making videos. And just to get this out of the way now, no, I have not received the means to return to editing videos, but rather I'm making this out of necessity. This isn't so much an update as it is actually an assignment for my media course that I'm enrolled in at college. The premise of the video is kind of to be like a day in the life sort of ordeal regarding myself, and I don't really got much going on in my life that's all positive. I'm 20 years old, I'm broke, I live with my father who's awaiting disability, I have lots of health issues, chronic asthma, chronic bronchitis. It kind of keeps me from working in a lot of jobs, specifically hard labor. I'm currently a college student. I spend most of my time at school or on my computer at home. I stream on Twitch, which initially I thought I'd do it as my day in the life video, how I do that, but basically that would be very short. I've been doing that for about 2 years. There wouldn't be much to say about that. I'm also a freelance illustrator, on and off, currently off. Been off for a long time, though I thought of doing a tutorial on that, and really that would be basically an anti-tutorial. Like I don't find myself a great illustrator. I get artist block really quick. I can really only focus on it for like an hour at a time. I used to just be able to draw and just go until I finish a job, but as of late, I just can't focus on it right now. Trying to get back into it though. I have projects I want to draw, potential commissions that people are looking for in my community. I'm just not taking them right now. So I'm just here trying to think if art is a wash for me, and if Twitch is kind of not enough for me to talk about for 10 minutes, because that's how long this video has to be, then why not do a tutorial on how to edit these races? You know, the thing that I used to upload here to YouTube as often as I could, because I got sick of uploading my Twitch VODs and editing them in a playthrough format, and kind of saw these races we did taking off in popularity of more people joining them. And I thought if I edit together all these racers VODs into one big video detailing how well each person did at the race, maybe it would go good. And so far, not really. It's doing better than all my other old videos that I have, which isn't saying much. But maybe if I keep at it, maybe people will notice. So coming up, I'll be demonstrating in part at normal speed and in part sped up by 600% because it's just me entering garbage. How I edit together a small race of just 4 people. It was for a series called Terrible Tuesday, which we race for a bad game every Tuesday. It's hosted by my friend Teravan. It is one of the many race series that we feature. There are 5 total. I'll go into depth about that in another video. This is just a rundown of what I do. This was a race for a poorly made, cheap, crappy GBA game called No Rules Get Fat. Had 4 racers competing. I chose this because out of my backlog of like 15 other race videos that I have to eventually edit together, this was the smallest, which is making it the easiest of the lot. So that will be completely unscripted when I get to that. I'll just be explaining what's happening during that, what my process is. So yeah, without further ado, let's switch over to that. Okay, so we have here Adobe Premiere Pro open up, our 4 racers videos, a background that suits the game that we're racing. The first step I always do is, I kind of already cut it out, but it was basically get all the videos on screen, aligned in a different way. I always crop them out. Crop and cross dissolves are the only 2 actual transitions and effects that I use. I don't really do a whole lot with these videos. It looks like a lot, but it really isn't. So then we get them all lined up to about the same-ish resolution. And there you see me typing up the names, but yeah, I need to find a font that's suitable with the game, so I look up some graffiti fonts on a website called DeFont. I choose this font, the Painter's font, that has all the symbols that I need. All the other ones had just placeholders as symbols, and that's no good. Especially seeing I need an underscore and I need a colon. So we then take all the racers' names, Give them that font, and we also give them each color to represent them individually from each other. And that comes into play later on again. There we got Terraman there, No Walk there. And so on and so forth. So like red, blue, green, and yellow were basically the colors of the game, so I always try to keep theming very important with these type of races. So like the background always has to kind of look similar to the game style. The font always has to look similar to the game style. So now you're going to see me trying to put in a speaker icon to indicate whose audio I'm using. I'm using Terravan's, and then when he stops his race, I move on to using the second best quality, which is Chaos Defrost. But I don't know why, for some reason, I just couldn't get the speaker icon to work. So I just gave up on that. And now to get into actually finding a sync point.
Still cannot get past.
So yeah. I didn't do a good job cutting this all out.
I like how both of those E's and the homies is spaced out a bit.
I'm sorry, Mother.
I like that the
to watch my favorite.
Yeah, you know, if that cutscene's an indication, I'm actually kind of glad I decided to jump into this.
Oh, grab your Coca-Cola puppies. It's time to begin.
Yeah.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Get fed.
Okay, so because I'm taking Terravan's footage as the sync point for everyone else's, because I'm using his audio, so obviously when he starts and counts down, once he says get fat, which I use as a sync point, everyone else races should start at that same point as well. So basically what I'm doing here is I'm marking down where he started the race, and then I'm going between everyone else's race videos to see how far off they were from starting from when he did that countdown.
This is gonna be a
Sudoku Wiz was first.
Oh god.
Oh no, it's a monster closet.
Oh, what the hell?
I picked up a...
So right there, Sudoku. We basically found his sync point, so we cut it there. We remove the first portion of the video. I do at some point anyways. There we go. We cut that out. We drag the start point of his video, which is the very beginning of the cut we made, over to the marker that we made for when Terravan did his countdown and started his video. Then we drag it, so that way when we start the race...
4, 3, 2, 1. Get fed.
Both of them pretty much start relatively at the same time. So now, going back to 600% speed here, everyone else's race videos have been synced. We've cut very much ahead to when we had our first two DMFs. Both Terra and Nelwalk got stuck on the same stage, so they both kind of gave up. This is kind of me just fixing up a mistake I made by accident because I had the audio desynced for the second person once Terravan dropped. I had to line it up so that it lined up to when they ended their video, not ahead of it or past it. An easy fix to make. So around this point is when I start really playing around with cross dissolves, because when a racer drops out, their video goes, their name goes, and also at the same time I add up that little scoreboard right there to the first person that drops out, because we always have at least one dropout. If we don't, then the scoreboard won't come up till the first person finishes. So right there, we find out that Chaos accidentally let his continue screen run. So that ended his race. and Sudoku is, I kind of just reveal it at that point. Neither one finishes the race. There's actually to the left. You can see that there's a second for both of those racers. Chaos Fat Footage 2 and Sudoku Fat Footage 2. So if I was actually doing this legitimately and not just as a tutorial type thing, basically when these videos ended, I would then cut again to sort of a second parter to the video where I'd have the background still up, but just those two racers' videos, because they decided that after they discovered there was a double jump, because it was introduced to the final stage of the game, to just redo the race again one day. So they did, so they'd actually have a definitive winner. But this isn't, I'm not actually legit kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Like, this is a legit video. So, yeah. Basically, at that point, when the video's over, I always make sure I have all my cross dissolves laid up perfectly, all my transitions working fine, and then we start working back on basically the exporting, the right video formats that I use. So basically what I did there was I always save my videos as H.264, YouTube 1080p HD, and 60 frames per second. So really, besides that, that's basically the end of the video. If this was actually legit, I would have added in those second parters, but I was on a short time constraint of like an hour. And I do the rendering here, but it's going to take too long, so I just give up on it. And so yeah, that's basically how I do these videos. Thanks for watching. I'll be sure to redo this in the future.